And sets another day. Billions will kneel and pray. Anything to aid escape from the world so cold and gray.
That's a good bar. Ooh. We're back.
We're back again.
It's episode 8.
Hello there.
Hi.
How you guys doing today? Pause for answer. This is like a children's program.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's another cold day here in the studios. We got the space heater on.
Cold outside and cold on the inside because we're both dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. After researching some of the things we're going to be talking about this week, yeah, I'm definitely dead inside. There's no way around that.
Yeah.
But anyways,
this week let's talk about everybody's favorite topic, pedophiles.
Ooh wee. Yeah, that's our topic this week because we're going to just jump right into this because it's on my mind hot today.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I've been stewing on this one all fucking week.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where it all started. I think it was last week right after we recorded.
Yeah.
You had posted something about
Clover gender.
Clover gender. So I started looking it up and it just thoroughly pissed me off. Now, for our audience out there, if you're not aware already, it's something that came up clover gendered. It's supposed to be you never, came out of being an adolescent. You stopped mentally aging at, 12, 13 years old, something like that?
While the body continued to grow and mature, the mind never surpassed the age of 13, maximum.
So you're a child in a man's body.
Basically, you can sexually be aroused by children, and it's fine because you're a victim of circumstance. They're victims.
They're victims.
We can't stop them.
That's the bowl that I got served last week, unbeknownst. Now, through the week, I did my research, and I'm going to put this out there so you guys don't get deceived on this. You know, there are certain fact-checking websites that claim it's fake.
Oh, I hope Snopes said it was fake.
Oh, Snopes did say it was fake.
Then this episode has no need to exist because Snopes is a valid bullshit source. I can't even say it.
Neither does our show, apparently. Burn it down.
Burn it.
Anyways, so Snopes did say that, and a couple others did. They said it started on, I think, 4chan or Reddit.
Who do you think wrote that story on Snopes? Do you think it was the husband as he used a massive amount of prostitutes, or the disgusting wife that sits on her, plastic couch with all of her cats?
Yeah, who used to be a porn star, I think.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Both touched his children. Both touching children.
Exactly. I mean...
Kill yourself.
So, they're saying it's fake. And here's the thing. This is what it all boils down to. Fake or not. And my partner, we were talking about it yesterday, he raised a good point on this. Fake or not, this is more likely, and I truly believe this too, this is a ploy by somebody to try to test the proverbial waters to see how much outrage they receive from this. And not only that, to see if they garner support for their cause based on it. Because here's the thing. At the end of the day, even if it was fake, it was designed to troll social justice warriors. Which means that they were trying to get people to actually believe, yeah, you know what? Clover gender people deserve their rights too, and they shouldn't be persecuted. Oh.
I just like to think of it like any other thing from both sides. If I was to put myself in the mindset of one of these creepy pedophiles, and I saw the 70+ gender pronouns and, all this shit that's real, I'm gonna jump on that fucking train, and I'm gonna try and get my little niche group of crazies involved in the LGBTQI plus minus, I mean, they use it, I think, as a Trojan horse.
Yeah, almost definitely.
They're definitely, they can say all day long that clover gender, or another one that I saw was kinder gender, is another one. They're basically trying to just, I feel like, A/B test different lingo to try and push their idea.
Yeah, that it's not their fault. But here's the problem. At the end of the day, I mean, I know I could at least say, being a pedophile and having only sexual feelings for children is a mental illness.
Right.
But that doesn't stop you from being able to judge them. Go ahead and thoroughly judge those cocksuckers.
Yeah, there's no need for all this acceptance.
They're gigantic pieces of shit.
I like what you said earlier about the same, like the LGBT. The reason why that group was created was because gays weren't given equal representation in society. Gays, lesbians.
All of them. But at
Right.
the end of the day, the separation between those people and pedophiles is that the LGBTQ plus community doesn't involve being predators.
Right.
The LGBTQ plus community is about, being you and doing what you want to do because it doesn't hurt anybody and because it doesn't affect anybody else to do that.
Consenting adults.
And that's fine. You're consenting adults,
Right.
and you're your own person. You can do what you want, and I'm totally cool with that.
Do whatever you want to do.
I'm on that. That's my bag,
Just
right?
leave me alone. Don't
Yeah.
touch my kids.
Exactly. But the difference between that and the so-called clover-gendered pedophiles, I'm not. You know what? I'm not calling them clover-gendered anymore. I
No.
refuse to try to normalize this shit.
Yeah, not normal. Not cool.
Okay, they're not normal.
No.
They never will be.
I wish they were sexually attracted to a Glock and they'd go into a bedroom and give it a blowjob until it came in their mouth.
Pretty much, because I mean, I watched a video that my partner had sent me last night by Paul Joseph Watson.
Pedophile.
Yeah, I mean, if you could watch it if you want, if you could get over his pronunciation of pedophile.
I, for one, like his pretentious English accent.
It's too much, but he put it best. He said, what these pedophiles need to do is do the right thing and kill themselves.
Yeah.
I don't normally advocate suicide, but if you're a fucking kitty fiddler,
Yeah.
end it. Please. Because you are you're not only a waste of space in our society, you're a danger in our society.
Well, I can't find the interview that I watched before. I scoured the interwebs last night for it, but there is a fucking news program or one of these, left-leaning TV talk shows where they do a segment on some guy, let's just call him Phil, the pedophile, and he's out there somewhere in a city near you, and he comes out and he's really, he's trying to be understood. He wants everybody to understand that he is this way. He is insert gender pronoun. It's not his fault. He was born. He's always been attracted to children. It never stopped. But he knows that it's wrong, and he would never act on it. He's not a pedophile. So that was the first flag that I saw where they pushed it in the media, where they're like, hey, we need to accept these people because they are sexually attracted to children, but they know it's wrong and they won't do it. We need to stop labeling them. No, fuck off. That's the doorstop into letting these assholes walk in and fuck your kids. Pause for edit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I said something pretty inflammatory there. I mean, no, they're big pieces of shit. That's all there is to it. And I'm probably just talking in the echo chamber right now because I don't want to fathom a world where somebody is disagreeing with me right now on this. I really don't.
I'm sure that that's the thing, man, about this they use this sort of window, this left-leaning window that we've found ourselves in, where they're trying to usher in their ideas because they know that there's a certain segment of these fucking street screamers, criers in the street that'll welcome them with open arms because America's bigoted, white privilege. We need to stop it. We need to allow these unheard voices to be heard. Stop being a bigot.
And that's the thing, though.
Give me a fucking break.
And that's the thing. In all the rancor, there was a cause there, and there was reason.
Right.
But the reason I feel like has been lost. I mean, and it's been signaled by the fact that all those on the left, for the most part, are in disarray. They don't. Their message isn't on point.
Right.
You know what I mean? One thing you can say about conservatives right now is their message is straight on point.
Yeah.
Even the small phrase, even the people who don't necessarily agree with everything that the majority is saying right now, aren't that far off.
That's it's encouraging at least to see the infighting among the left. I know that this whole even before this clover-gender, kinder-gender bullshit started, when they started doing these other 70+ gender pronouns where they start referring to themselves as panda self and all this other fucking animal nonsense, the gays and the lesbians were adamantly out there saying, voicing their opinion that they're being marginalized. They're no longer important. Their cause has been hijacked.
Yeah.
At least they're not willing to champion these assholes.
By weirdos.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I hate saying weirdos. Because and that's the thing, members of the LGBTQ community, for the most part, are normal people. They're all normal people. We're all normal now. Except, I'm going to say this right now, pedophiles aren't normal.
No.
And, furries are weird. Fuck it. I said it.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I really don't. They're weird as fuck. I'm sorry.
I wish I could remember the name of that thing that we were talking about before. That's also weird. It's the adults that like to pretend they're babies.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is going on?
Oh, I just can't.
I think somebody at the top, one of these power elite, these people that move the strings, somebody's sitting back and they're looking at the Google Trends and they're like, the fluoride's finally worked.
Yeah, this is the side effect. And I think this goes back, I don't know if I said this on the show or not, but I've been talking about people about this recently. And I think the reason we have so much strife right now, and why people are so divided is because we truly, in all ability, have realized the American dream.
Yeah.
The American dream is realized, and everybody hates it.
Yeah.
Because, like, here's the thing, like, okay, I don't like talking about stupid celebrities and shit like that. But, you know, okay, apparently Meryl Streep made some fucking speech at the Golden Globes. She never mentioned Trump by name, but we all know he was we all know who she was talking about. And, you know, you have some people like, oh, fuck her. She shut her fucking mouth. She shouldn't say anything and da-da-da. But then you have other people like, well, no, she's right, da-da-da-da. But then you got people, the right people in the middle. People like me who are like, you know what? She's allowed to say whatever the fuck she wants.
She can say what she wants, but...
Okay, I don't have to agree with it, but she can say whatever the fuck she wants.
I don't understand why people are so upset. Can we just do what people used to do and use logic and then wait and see what happens before we start talking shit? Because like I said before, if he gets into office and he starts doing fucking nonsense, you know, I'm going to be one of the first people out there telling him to fucking, you know, kill yourself.
Yeah.
I've got no problem with that. But right now it's all speculation. And I don't give a fuck about these famous, these celebrities. Who gives a shit?
I don't think these celebrities fail to realize that nobody cares. Like, here's the thing. Either the one half doesn't care about what you have to say because you're elitist,
right,
and you haven't had to live like we've had to live for a long amount of time. In fact, you probably never really had to live like we've had to live.
Right.
Okay, so we don't care what you have to say.
But they started out as regular people, and they've done all the good...
Shut the fuck up.
You don't sign our fucking checks.
No,
okay?
They basically are fucking entertainers. Stay in your fucking lane, whether it's acting or performing one way or another. Shut the fuck up.
Exactly. We don't go to watch your movies to watch your fucking political drivel.
My favorite of those people, though, are the ones that joined the fucking jumbo jet bandwagon, where they fly around the entire world to these global summits about fucking climate change, tell us how we're all the devil.
Yeah.
Suck my dick.
Yeah. I mean, half the reason your side lost was because you've spent the better part of like a decade talking shit about us.
Yeah.
Like you've marginalized the fucking working class heart of America.
Yeah.
And didn't realize that we've been suffering the whole time.
Paying tax.
That's half your fucking problem. And the other half is that you got these celebrities who have to let their voices be heard. Not only that, but like trying to literally before the Electoral College voted, trying to override our fucking democracy.
Yeah, I read yesterday on Drudge that they're not done too. I don't know. I couldn't even read it because I don't care. But they're gonna try and block the inauguration.
Well, good for them.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Try to talk more about how fucking he was trying to override democracy before and da-da-da-da. Please.
Yeah.
Please talk about that some more.
Are we done with pedophiles? Should we keep talking about pedophiles?
I just fucking hate pedophiles. Well, we have another topic that was brought to us by, she wanted to go by the code name.
I love code names.
Toe beans.
Toe beans.
In reference to cat paws.
Okay.
Some people call them toe beans.
Nice.
Next time you see a cat paw, you're going to think about it.
Yeah, look at those beans on the foot.
Look at them little toe beans.
Yeah.
Little toe beans.
Yeah, they're deadly, sometimes sharp razors that they keep hidden in their beans.
Mm-hmm.
They'll fuck your face up.
Yeah, don't eat those beans.
Nah.
But she wanted us to... Her question involved California Senate Bill 1322. And for those of you out there that don't know what that is, that's the law that I think is now official, or maybe close to official, that ended conviction for or punishment for minors who were in the sexual trades.
Ah, yes.
Okay. Her question was, can it work? And is it really just legalizing child prostitution?
I looked through this right after it passed, and my opinion at least, it does have language in it where it's still going to prosecute, the users of child prostitutes. But at the same time, I feel like it's the white slave trade is such a vast thing that, at any time I always go for the dark side of things. But I always picture when I'm on the highway, all the semis you pass, at least one of those semis has got fucking sex slaves in it.
Yeah.
Traveling from state to state. I feel like the logistics are so crazy that it's really impossible to find and out the people that do it.
Now,
what if it just makes it easier for them to streamline various child sex rings?
Here's the thing, and I read the bill last night, and I read some commentary on it, and my conclusion is I feel like, in a sense, their heart was in the right place, because they're trying to, basically what they're doing is anyone under the age of 18 who gets caught doing prostitution doesn't get charged with anything. They get taken into protective custody for X amount of time.
I just don't see how that's different.
And then released. Now-
did they not do that before? Did they find a 15-year-old kid out on the street
Yeah, but they
prostituting
probably
themselves?
send them to juvenile hall or something. Like, it's a means to it. They sought it as a means to stop or to allow these victims a chance to tell their story without fear of repercussion. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing. I feel like when they made this, their heart was in the right place, but the logic and the reason behind it failed. And I was talking to somebody about it last night. And I was like, you got to think about it like this. I said, what percentage of these girls or boys, it doesn't matter, will leave protective custody and go right back to doing what they were doing before?
Right.
And that's the problem. How many? Like, where do you draw the line? Where do you decide that it's effective? What percentage has to come forward and doing that and decide that it's wrong?
Yeah.
Is it 30%?
Yeah. What is the number?
Is it just 10%?
Right.
What you know? That's the thing. And to me, it is a matter of logistics. If it works, it works. I'm not completely and 100% against it, but that's the question that was raised to us. Will it work?
Right.
I don't think it will. I think it'll backfire, because not to say that I believe these and like I said, they're victims. I don't believe these victims should be, treated harshly, but at the same time, we have to take a hard stance on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was trying to find a video. I watched a video last night in the UK, so I was trying to find that commercial. There was a commercial that aired. I think we talked about it before, the UK, where they were trying to expose the dangers of some bill they were trying to pass that basically lowered or ended the age of consent law in the United Kingdom. And the commercial was as such, like, you're coming home from work, you go pull into your driveway, and there's a 50-something-year-old man walks out of your house like, have a good day. And you walk inside and your daughter's putting on makeup, like adjusting her hair. And the idea was that if that law passed, you couldn't do anything about it. Well, I forget his name. I didn't want to say Stephen Fry. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah, he's like a actor-comedian,
Yeah.
I think.
They had him at some symposium where they were talking about, where they were grappling with the age of consent law, and I guess they have a problem with child sex rings over there too. But he was like, the biggest problem, he's like, you can't basically legislate morality.
Yeah.
He's like, the first time encounters that these kids are having among themselves is 14, average. So you're having your first sexual encounter at 14 with another 14 to 16-year-old. Mm-hmm. Of course, we shouldn't do what we do in the United States, and you shouldn't charge the 17 or 18-year-old that's having sex with somebody 2 years younger than him as a sex crime who's going to be followed around for the rest of his life with a felony.
Yeah.
But he's like, these people are trying to use this as a way to make it to where adults can, get in on that action. Like, that's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
And they were talking about a bust that they did where they found one of these sex rings, and everybody that was arrested ranged from the age of 16 to 58. And they checked on it, and I guess the kid that was 16 years old had just turned 16. So prior to that, like, if they had came a few days earlier and arrested everybody, he would have been one of the ones they took on a bus to give counseling. But because he fucking went one day past his 16th birthday, you filthy bitch, get in the back of the cop car. Like, what the fuck, man?
I feel like the age of reason is over.
Yeah.
We've been overrun by a bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing, like, and it has here's the thing. It's like, if you look back, like, in a historical sense, the thing is, like, reason should prevail. But the problem is that in the past, when you've given judges and people who create laws the power to create said laws and give that kind of, like, ruling ability to these judges, some more often than not, they've ended up abusing it. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. And that's where we've ended in this bureaucracy. Like you said, if he would have just gone a week earlier, he would have been straight.
Yeah, he would have been a victim.
He would have been a victim. But because he went a week later, he's suddenly a predator.
I think this Senate bill is just another example that we don't need more laws. We need less laws.
Yeah.
We need more common sense.
Yeah. Common sense rules the day, or should rule the day.
You cannot legislate morality, and you shouldn't try to. Yeah, I don't know. We don't need any more laws. I just want to be left alone.
Yeah. It's that simple. Like,
I don't remember. Again, horrible memory. If I find it, I'll post it. One of those brilliant Caucasians that lived a long time ago, that was the thinker of his time, said that the unjust will follow no law, and the just need no law to tell them how to behave.
Exactly.
But here we are, every year passing 30-some thousand, 50,000 new laws, just tightening the chain.
Yeah. It's depressing.
It is.
But,
Food for thought. On a more positive note, I'm going to touch on kratom real quick. You know anything about kratom? Mm-mm. Kratom is a natural substance that mirrors basically the dangerous effects of marijuana, which we all know are zero.
Yeah.
You can't overdose on it, They were using it, I guess it's some old treatment that they've used for thousands of years to combat pain and other things. People have been using this kratom. I don't know if it's like a tea or a capsule. You can do it either way. Apparently it tastes like dog shit. But you're able to take it and completely wean yourself off of pain medication. I guess it people with like these people that are stuck going to pain doctors for whatever spine or neck or whatever kind of pain issue they've got, where the doctors are basically pumping them full of Vicodins, Percocets, Oxys, whatever, and that's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
You just become a heroin addict eventually when they cut you off. Well, people have been trying this kratom out, and they realize, like, fuck, I don't need these pain meds anymore. Or people that were addicted solely to pain meds are weaning themselves off with kratom. Well, a couple weeks ago, the DEA was set to schedule kratom. They had a scheduling party. They were all getting together. They all had their pens, and they were dripping. They were ready to make it a Schedule 1, saying that it had no medicinal effect, even though people are using it for medicine.
Yeah.
So the meeting day came and went. Somehow they didn't schedule it a Schedule 1. They didn't schedule it at all. They left it up to the FDA.
Oh,
so
fuck.
They passed the ball. But that means that in the meantime, people that are still using it in a life-saving capacity are able to continue to use it without one fucking alphabet agency coming in and telling them how to live their fucking lives. So that's good news.
Yeah, I mean...
Again, you can't legislate morality. Leave us the fuck alone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah, really. I mean... Simplicity wins the day.
Yeah.
2 words. Fuck off.
Yeah. Fuck off.
Fuck off?
Fuck off!
Yes.
But yeah, so I mean...
Feels good.
It's, like I said, and back to morality. Like, I've said this time and time again, that morality is a very slippery slope.
Yeah.
And, it's one thing to stand on the top of the mountain and declare all things that aren't part of you being wrong. But the problem is that we don't live in a time like that. Like, the thing is, we create the top of that mountain.
Yeah.
Now... I feel like sometimes when we backpedal, we're not on the top anymore. We're sliding down the side.
I think we're actually underneath the mountain, holding it up for the people on top to do whatever they want while they tell us we can't.
Yeah, pretty much. And the question is where do we stop? Where do we decide? Where do we reaffirm our ground and decide that this is where we stop?
I think it's when you realize that this whole freedom idea is bullshit. You're not free to do anything. Go try to open a fucking lemonade stand. See what happens. Go try to stop paying your income taxes to the federal government. See what happens.
Yeah.
That's a great example of freedom. You look at the law, which is as thick as a fucking phone book, the IRS regulations, and in that entire phone book, the only language showing that you're required to pay a federal income tax is one simple statement, and it says voluntary compliance, right?
Yeah.
So you voluntarily comply to pay an income tax. But if you don't voluntarily comply, we're going to send men with guns to your house, and we're going to put you in a cage. You're free to do what we tell you.
Yeah.
Eat a dick.
How is it that we're supposedly the freest country in the world, and yet we have the highest incarceration rate?
I don't know. I think NASCAR, freedom! That's the freedom. I think there's like a freedom asterisk.
Like, when does this start becoming like, reminds me of Simulcar Simulcarum. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
And it's about the idea that, like, initial ideas just become symbols. Mm-hmm. So, like, now we talk about freedom, but freedom is just now a symbol.
Right.
It's not actual, like, physical freedom. It's just the symbol of freedom.
Yeah.
So, like, when, like you said, NASCAR, freedom! Military! Hunting.
America beer. It's named America, but it's made in another country.
Yeah. It's all symbols of freedom.
Yeah.
Like, and then you get, like, these reports, like, countries, like, the freest countries in the world, and da-da-da-da-da.
They don't know nothing about our freedom.
Yeah. They don't. Like, and it's just, it's sad.
I love reading stories about kids that try to open lemonade stands and they get shut down by the cops. The parents get a ticket for not having a fucking license.
Yeah.
Your license freedom. Hey, you want to go fish? We gotta get our fishing license.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck?
You need a license for everything. Hey, let's go kayaking next weekend. Do you have a motor vehicle pass where you have a license on your boat? Because if not, and they catch you on a fucking creek in the middle of the summertime, they'll take your fucking boat away. And you're gonna get a goddamn ticket. I love it.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Basically, for those of you who love taxes and love our talk on taxes, you could look up the history of the income tax. It was started to fund World War I as a voluntary 1% tax. How much do you think it is now? What's it up to? Just the federal income tax. Is it still 1%?
No.
You pay 1% federal income tax?
No, I don't pay 1% federal income tax. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't either.
I tell you, and that's the thing, like...
to fund the war. And here we are, fucking probably, 30-something%, 40-something%?
Like, and here's the thing, and this is what kills me. You know what I want? I want all taxes to be voluntary.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I want to see all these fucking bleeding heart celebrities and fucking all of these motherfuckers. I want to see them up the fucking ante and pay their goddamn taxes.
I want to see him up the ante more too. Go up there, sign that ledger saying that you're going to pay the taxes, but do what you preach. You want to see the rich get taxed more. I want you to be the first motherfucker to sign that book to say I'm going to pay my fair share.
Exactly. Like, you know, and you know what kind of bullshit they come up with? They'd be like, well, I'm just going to donate that money to charity.
To my own tax-free foundation
exactly,
that my lawyer helped me
because
set up.
at least I know it's going to a good cause
Eat
there.
a fucking
Shut the
dick.
fuck up.
Man.
Because we know what you're really on, motherfucker.
I know what's going on here.
Yeah, we know what you really are all fucking about.
Yeah.
Like, and I said this before, I said it in a smaller scale. I said, like, when it comes to funding Planned Parenthood, make it a voluntary tax and see how many of these people
Yeah.
actually pay the motherfucker.
Right.
Because I bet you, if they did that within a fucking 6 months, Planned Parenthood would be no more.
Right.
Because even they'd be like, well, I just don't have the money right
We
now.
don't have the funding.
It's crazy, man. I don't know. I don't know where it ends. I think it only is going to stop when somebody's finally had enough. And that's one of the things, if you look at all these revolutions that happened in the past, they only happened when people were hungry. And even the poorest of us
Yeah.
riding the jazzies around Walmart, using their fucking government benefits to buy that Tostitos pizza roll sandwich cake.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that they're authorized to buy. Nobody's hungry.
Like, okay.
The homeless people only beg for money because they want heroin. You know, they've got free food resources.
Yeah. Let's go and
Get off my soapbox.
yeah. No, but it's to an extent, it's all true. People fail to realize, like, I think this kind of goes into my idea, like, about abundance and the resources that we have. Like, here's the thing. In all reality, lay it all out. And I'm talking not just to here, I'm talking on a global scale. If you laid out the resources properly for everybody, there would be enough for everybody. There would be enough food to feed the world. There would be enough clothing to clothe the world.
Right.
Like, there is no problem with, there's no scarcity.
No. Scarcity is an engineered thing.
Scarcity has been engineered. Now, has there been times in our fucking world history where scarcity wasn't?
Well, fuck yeah. I mean, how many hundreds of years did we fight wars over spice?
Exactly.
And now-
Spices and fucking opium and fucking land.
Right. Water.
Water.
I did see a neat documentary called, I think it's called Sand Wars. Sean Doherty told me about it. And basically, like, the type of sand that we use in construction is not the same kind of sand that you find in the Sahara Desert. Therefore, you have to, like, dredge out oceans, and it's fucking up islands. So one of the things, if we continue these extravagant Dubai-style building exercises, the next wars will be fought over sand.
Jesus Christ.
It's fucking crazy. But, you know, I heard it on the Joe Rogan podcast earlier this week, talking about the same thing, where they're like, you know, think about how crazy it is that you go to a restaurant, and you could steal salt. They've got, like, salt packets, salt shakers just sitting out.
Yeah.
No big deal. Before, you know, you're slicing throat open to get a little salt block.
Yeah, dude. Okay, here's the thing. The term salary literally comes from the fact that soldiers in Rome used to be paid in salt.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Does that not blow your fucking mind?
Yeah, that's a psychic nosebleed.
And now it's just something fucking willy-nilly.
That's fine. Fuck it.
Yeah, right? Same thing with sugar. Like, okay, here's the thing. Like, at the end of the day, think about all resources. We're talking about cotton, sugar, fucking everything, right? Okay, there was a point in time where we were more than willing to enslave other people to make sure that we got the resources we needed.
I'm glad you said another time, because when you mentioned the word cotton, you almost triggered me.
But you get what I'm saying, though, right? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Like, we were more than happy to fucking chain people into boats, send them across the world, and force them into fucking servitude so that we could have our clothes and our fucking sugar for our tea.
Oh, my God. White privilege boat.
Oh.
Filled up.
It's just, like, you can't sit here and tell me that scarcity is still a thing.
Nah, man.
Because it's not.
It's really not.
So it's like the powers that be, I think, are doing this. They're like doing what the De Beers family does with diamonds.
Oh yeah, you buy up everything and then just make it seem like there's not that much of it.
And yeah, you create scarcity
Yeah,
by only selling off, so many a year.
it's great.
And that's exactly, I think, what they're doing.
I like their business model though. You know, they bought up all the diamond mines. They split them up. They made it to where, like you said, they only sell so many a year. Artificial scarcity. At the same time, they market the fact that you need to buy diamonds.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're an asshole.
Yeah, in all reality, like, the thing is, diamonds are one of the least rare gems you could find, but for some reason they're one of the most expensive.
One of my favorite things about their business model is the way they treat their employees.
Oh yeah,
They
I
have
mean,
naked slaves picking diamonds out of the ground. You know why they're naked? So they don't steal any diamonds.
or you could take that even a step further. Let's go beyond just diamonds. Let's fucking talk about the fact that an object that you carry around with you every single day and virtually can't live without anymore. More likely, at least part of it was harvested through fucking back-breaking labor in some fucking virtual slave camp somewhere,
Santa's real work.
just to get fucking lithium
Yeah,
for your goddamn cell phone.
that's fine. That's fine.
Okay? And we're talking about companies that are supposedly super altruistic and fucking helping the world. No, they're ravaging the fucking world with their goddamn shit, with their goddamn mining techniques and all that shit. They've destroyed these people's homes over fucking battery supplies.
See, but if I don't have a good battery, I can't sit and play my tower defense game, Kingdom Rush. You know, I need.
Okay, all right, you're right. Kingdom Rush is the shit. I'm not gonna go against you on that one.
I also need Sapphire for my screen for when I drop my phone in a fit of rage to make sure the screen is strong.
Exactly.
Because when I get angry at Kingdom Rush, I'm going to throw that motherfucker, and it's not going to get scratched.
Yeah.
And if it does, I'm going to be on the phone calling somebody else, telling them that's their fault and they need to fix my shit.
Yeah.
Slave labor.
It just, I'm sorry. I think we got a little bit angry there for a minute. I think the whole pedophile thing is what rose up in me, and
I can't talk about pedophiles.
people, we need stupid like existential topics. We can't talk about pedophiles and fucking child prostitution no more. It just gets me too riled up.
We'll talk about everything, but if you want to make me upset, go ahead and mention pedophilia somewhere or another.
I'm gonna have to take a fucking like a nice hot Epsom salt bath now just to fucking recenter my ass because it's all over the place.
Get
now.
that magnesium up, bro.
Yeah.
So I feel like it doesn't matter if I'm like talking about it in passing. Like somebody will mention something at a family dinner about something that happened in the news dealing with pedophilia, and it could be like a nice, let's just say 76 degrees out, sunny. A couple of those fluffy clouds we all like painting pictures of and shit, and I could walk outside and be like, fuck suns!
Yeah.
Fuck clouds! Fuck everything!
And you know what? No. While I'm in this place,
Yeah.
I got something to say.
Let the hate flow through you.
Okay. I've been wanting to say this on the show for a while, but I didn't want to fucking get too pissed off about it.
That's fine.
But a little piece of advice not necessarily to my listeners, but I'm just putting this out there to the whole fucking world. I hope you listen to this shit. When you're at the gas station and you're in line, if you know your ass is going to take a long ass time at the fucking register, get to the back of the fucking line.
Yeah, do us all a favor.
Do not buy a fucking scratch ticket. Scratch it right there. And then demand another one when you've won. I almost fucking went to prison over this shit because I was late for fucking work. And this motherfucker just kept cashing in scratchers.
Did you stop at that Shell station?
Which one? That one?
The one on 63.
I normally don't stop at that one.
No, the same thing happened to me last week. I was running late and some cocksucker was up there like,
I need 15 number 3s,
It's like...
a number 4, and 2 number 8s. No, 3 number 7s, and a number 1.
And it's like, when I go to the grocery store. Okay. Usually I go every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of groceries in that too. I mean, like, it's a big, full thing store groceries. And when we're going up to the line, if somebody else is coming up to the line and they only have like 5 items,
let them go.
we let them go ahead of us.
Yeah.
Because we don't want them to have to wait behind us.
Right.
It's, I hate saying it because I don't like this term because there's a story behind it, but it's fucking common courtesy, okay? Yeah. Common courtesy.
Well, it's just morality,
Jesus.
Maybe we should pass a law. No.
And if you're gonna listen, here's another piece of advice. If you're gonna be driving on the motherfucking road and like you want to go faster than the person ahead of you, at the first opportunity, pass them. Don't just fucking hang out like fucking 5 feet behind their bumper.
Yeah.
The whole goddamn way.
Right.
That's shitty. Like, where's the future where... I was telling my girlfriend about this the other day. I saw it on Facebook one day. There's like a push-button system where it had like LED lights in the back of your car. And you could push something in the front and it would like display a message on the back.
Yeah.
I want that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want it. Because, I mean, first of all, like, I'd have levels of messages. The first ones would be polite. Like, please back off.
Please get off my ass.
Please. And then, like, it would just go even deeper. Get off my ass.
Kill yourself.
Yeah. And then the last one, like, alright, I'm pulling over and I'm going to shoot you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, I want that in my car. Because I feel like there's just... I hate that.
I don't know. It's interesting because a lot, like I said at the beginning of the show, I'm pretty dead inside. Like, I feel like I've developed a certain skill set. You have to look at everything as a positive, right?
Yeah.
So, while I might not yet be in that ruling class that tells other people how to live their lives while I do whatever I want, I'm not happy because I'm not, money makes you happy, right?
Yeah, right.
That's the only thing that makes you
It's
happy.
the only thing that can make you happy.
Only possible thing. So, until I get there, I'm going to act like I'm a common person.
Yeah.
Right? But really, I'm not. I'm an unhappy, dead on the inside individual. And the only thing that can get a rise out of me like this is talking about fucking child molesters.
Yeah.
So, buyer beware. We'll talk about any topic, but just be ready to hear us rant on aimlessly about various things that piss us off.
Exactly. I'm going to...
If you talk about pedophiles.
I'm going to try to dredge up some topics for the other half of the show. Because this is about when our time warp happens.
Right.
So I'm going to try to, between now and after the time warp, I'm going to try to dredge up some funny topics.
Yeah.
One of our best listeners, I'll be seeing her in person tonight, and I'll be like, give me something dumb.
Hashtag family time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me something stupid to talk about, so I don't have to fucking get crazy.
Yeah.
I don't like getting crazy.
I don't like having to freak out.
Like, a lot of you are out there trying to enjoy this shit. And we're just fucking ranting about fucking being in line and pedophiles and child trafficking and all that shit.
The beautiful thing about our audience right now is, though, that they are exactly the same way we are in the way that they probably, too, have smashed things while listening to this podcast.
I apologize if any of you put holes through the wall during this part of the show. And if you have, just contact me and I'll buy you a patch.
Yeah. It'll be a cheap patch.
Yeah. It won't be one of those top of the line motherfuckers. No. It'll be a cheap patch. And you'll have to spackle it yourself. I ain't spackling shit.
Nah.
I'll put the patch on the wall, but you're spackling.
Matter of fact, I'll just Google it, tell you how much they are, where they're at.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Right.
But yeah. So, it's time warp time.
It is, because I live in a system where I have to buy things, like an expensive house, a nice car for my wife, other things like that. And then I have to work all the time in order to afford those things, lest they be taken away from me.
Exactly.
God bless
Lest you
America.
be made destitute.
Guess what, bitches? It's freedom.
Yeah, freedom time. Speaking of being paid, in the middle of this time warp, you're going to get to hear our first advertisement from a company that decided they wanted to advertise us for us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you after the advertisement.
We love you.
We really do.
Oh, this darn thing. I have to get bleach.
Morning, honey. The dang water here's on the fritz again. Had to take another cold shower. What you doing scrubbing the floor at this time of morning, honey?
Oh, the walls are bleeding again. I just don't know what to do about it.
Now, what in the blazes was that?
Oh, that was Johnny. I think he's gonna have to stay home sick. He can't get anything down. He just keeps vomiting green slime. And besides, last night I caught him shoving a crucifix up his hiney.
Has this ever happened to you? Broken appliances need fixing? Your loved one inexplicably possessed by some demon? Then call me, Bubba Elroy. I'm the owner and operator of Bubba Elroy's Demonic Exercising and Appliance Repair Service. We'll come on down to your homestead and not only exercise that little bastard, but we'll put him to task keeping one of your expensive appliances working like brand new. Well, how does that work? I'll tell you. Idle hands are the devil's playground. And boy howdy do they ever like to stir up some trouble. But with my patented demon conversion therapy, turn that ass-sack-coo into a can help you.
Does that hurt the demon?
No, pretty lady, it don't hurt the demon none.
Who's that? Oh, that's just my assistant Skeet. He's on the slow side on account he looked into a level 4 demon portal for too long.
Now I can't think right.
But I've stared into the void and know how this world will perish.
Now that's enough of that now, Skeet. You don't want to scare these nice people.
Gee golly, Bubba, I'm sure sorry.
It's okay, Skeet. I know you can't help it. Anyways, folks, if you don't believe me, here's a testimonial from one of our satisfied customers.
Before we called Bubba Elroy, I had to keep dealing with the faulty wiring in our house, and my wife couldn't stop having fantasies of killing our entire family in our sleep. But now she is back to a sewing circle and sleeping soundly, and I haven't had to look at the fuse box since. Not only that, but the new addition to the family helps our daughter with her history homework. Isn't that right, Bellis?
It sure is, Gary. Bubba Elroy gave me a new lock on existence. Before conversion therapy, I only realized the suffering of humanity. But now, I not only know the lucrative trade, I also have gained lifelong friends.
Aww. So call me up. If you have an unholy hellspawn terrorizing your family and or repair and maintenance to your home, now let's see if we can't put this thing on keeping that water heater from acting up. Sounds good to me, Bubba. This looks to be a rascally one.
Domine Pate, Espiritu Sancti, you son of a bitch!
Get him, Bubba!
If evil forces on the rise, call Bubba Elroy to exercise. Warning, does not cover Crown Princes of Hell or Hindu deities.
So how'd you guys feel about that commercial? That was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Helping us keep the lights on in 2017.
Yeah, you might want to go check them out. I think it'd be a good plan of yours.
It's a good time.
But anyway, so in our time warp, I posted on the on the Facebook page that we needed some light topics because I mean we could both agree that first half of the show got a little dark,
That shit really affected me for the rest of the day.
got a little angry, and we did get some topics. Some of them are going to be ones we'll probably use later
Absolutely.
because they require more investigation.
Full shows. I'll tell you, I came on my way home yesterday and I checked the Facebook feed right after leaving work, and the first comment I saw was about Wright-Patterson and its secrets that it holds. So I just drove by, attempted to do some investigation. I managed to make it in past the first two gates, and then I woke up in my bed this morning. So I'm not really sure what that means, but we'll figure it out. When we find the truth, we'll let you know. The Anunnaki is definitely a full show in itself, because I've gone down that fucking rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Fucking Zachariah Sitchin.
Apparently, I mean, I heard, not to get too deep in that, but I saw an article just last week about how one person, there's this guy who believes that Nairubu is going to be back in 2017.
I keep hearing these stories every year, and you think, I understand. Apparently yesterday there was an asteroid that made its appearance yesterday in the Russian mountains. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
And that they had no warning. So, I mean, part of me likes to think that you would, some sort of citizen astronomer that just sits outside for 72 hours at a time staring at the sky would notice a giant planet hurtling towards us.
Yeah.
But probably not.
Probably not.
We just wake up one day and it'd be like, oh,
we're here.
Hey.
It's time to, we definitely seeded you guys to do a task for us. Did you do it?
Where's our money?
Where's our money?
Yeah. The fucking galactic pimps.
Yeah, well, I was going to say galactic pimps or like galactic landlords.
Yeah.
It's time to pay up.
Either way, the first thing that comes out of that spaceship's mouth is going to be, hey, where's my money? I just hope that they're more forgiving landlords rather than a pimp, because the landlord might give us more time.
Yeah.
However,
pimp's not.
The pimp is going to
he's going to cut us.
It's either going to give us a sandwich or not, and if it doesn't, we're going to get cut.
Yeah.
Bitch better have my money. Fucking. Sorry, daddy.
But, we got another topic from Brandon Soul. Talk about Holland's plan to ban gas-powered cars by 2025 and some of their inventions to purify air.
Which segues perfectly into the change of Milwaukee's Best.
Yeah, as I say, he sent us two topics, and one was on the changes that Milwaukee's Best has made to its beer in the last few months or so. We're actually, me and my partner are compelled to believe that we actually will need Brandon Soul on the show to talk about these topics.
Yeah. That might be the catalyst for the recording at Crabapple Books.
Yeah, and I almost feel like we need another person to come on the show who is a definitive expert in Milwaukee's Best.
Perhaps he might have been drinking Milwaukee's Best before Milwaukee's Best was actually a beer.
Yeah. I mean, I know from personal experience, this dude's been drinking Milwaukee's Best since before I was born.
Yeah. I mean, you came out of his balls.
Yeah, so.
There it is.
There you go. But we are going to hit up on a topic we feel. Like I said, I wanted something light to counterbalance all the darkness that we talked about in the last episode.
One that we have time to get into before we both have to pay the tax man.
Exactly. And this comes from our golden child baby, superstar topic giver, Katie Doherty.
Looking at her Facebook picture, it appears that she's sitting in a well-lighted room, but really she's sitting in a dark room. And I imagine her aura creates that light.
Yeah. But she sent us this one. Loveland Frogman. Fact or fiction? What's his origins, goals, and motivations? Is there any animal that would be more unsettling to see walk on its hind legs? Now, to those of you that don't know what the Loveland Frogman is, see, I didn't know anything about it till yesterday either. I had never heard of it. So I did a little research. I mean, I looked up one page on it. It was a Weird Ohio US page. And just to give you a quick rundown, apparently in the 70s, two different police officers in the same jurisdiction saw what they believed to be a bipedal frogman run across the road. Now, one of them even stopped and fired his service revolver at said frogman, but missed him because apparently the frogman was running.
Hopping, you think? Or running?
if he's bipedal, he might have the ability to run. But it might be like one of those leaping runs. You know what I mean? Like kind of like a, I don't know what to call that. Like
Single-legged deer sprint?
like a long skip. Like a long skip. You know how like ballerinas do?
Yeah.
Where they do that thing with their legs?
Right.
I could see him doing that.
Loveland Frogman and ballerinas. I mean,
You can't get better than that.
no.
But fact or fiction? Well, I mean, this rolls right into our last episode when we talked about pan-dimensional cryptozoology.
Yeah.
You know, I can't say he's not real. Now, one of the cops later did refute his story, but a lot of people believe he did because everybody constantly was asking those two police officers about said frogman. Like, constantly, like, hey man, ask about the frogman. And he just, they believe he refuted it because he was tired of people asking him questions about it.
I made it up. Fuck
I made it up. Fuck you. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. Which, I mean, in theory, I guess that would make sense because considering these are like the only two people that ever saw the frogman, you would only have two sources to go to. Now, hundreds of people have claimed to see thousands of people have claimed to see Bigfoot. Same thing goes for ghosts and stuff like that. So you don't have to search out individuals to talk about those creatures.
Right.
Now, like I said, I can't dispute whether he's real or not. I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility that there's a giant frogman who walks on two legs. You know what I mean? I mean, there's been weirder things out there. Think about the chupacabra, for that matter.
Yeah. Bitch. All he does is eat goats.
Goat-sucking motherfucker.
Terrify Mexicans. Sleepy Mexicans.
And then we move to origins. Well, that's easy. I'd say if I had to pinpoint an origin for the frogman, Plum Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Government experiments.
Government experiments.
The one that got away.
Yeah. Well, one of the ones that got away.
No shit.
Other than Lyme disease.
Lyme disease is a good one.
But, yeah, I'd definitely say this is straight out of fucking
Compton.
Plum Island.
Oh.
Oh. But yeah, I would. I mean, I can't fathom that there's just been a race of frogmen. I think that he's a loner. He's the only one.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad when you think about it.
I picture him waking up on a table, during his creation, and then they put him back out with anesthesia, and then he wakes up on the beach.
Yeah. You imagine, like, you know how, like, frogs spawn, like, how they create babies? Do you imagine, like, you're, like, in the swamp, you're walking around?
Yeah.
You see a couple little, like, frog eggs on the ground, and you don't think much of it. And then you look over, and you see this giant frogman jacking off into the water.
I was going to say fapping. That's crazy.
Like,
we're on the
fucking
same page.
just jacking it.
Yeah.
And shooting his fucking
Pow!
mutated frog seed right into that fucking water on those eggs.
Buckshot.
Because if frog man, you have to assume he doesn't just, like, do it like regular frogs do. He doesn't.
Man is part of his name.
Yeah, so he has a frog dick.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, frogs have dicks anyways, right?
I don't know.
I think they do. They gotta have dicks. No, frogs fuck. I've seen pictures of them.
I'm sure
before.
they do. I mean, they're not, like, fucking dangling around like a human.
Yeah, like...
his is, because his...
Exactly,
frog
yeah.
man.
He's got, like, a swinging dick.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you think it's, like, green, or do you think it's, like, white, like a frog's belly?
I like to imagine that it's terrifying.
What if it's, like, green up the shaft and then white at the tip?
I don't want to find out, honestly. Because that would lead us to one of the next part of the questions of motivations. And we all know that he probably has some type of motivation to impregnate humans,
Oh, yeah.
male or female.
To make, like, frog-human babies. They're more human than frog.
All the more reason for me to never go to Loveland.
Superman. Yeah. I don't think I might have been through Loveland. I've never actually stopped.
Never got raped by a frogman. in Loveland.
No. Luckily, no.
Forced sex,
Yeah.
cryptozoology.
Motivation and goals, I'd say, is to spread his seed.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, this is in the 70s.
Yeah.
So either that motherfucker lives a long ass time, because you got to assume his life has been cut between man and frog. So I don't know how long frogs live. I'm going to assume they only live like 5 years,
Yeah.
5-10 years. So then have that by how long an average human lives, 70 plus. So you got something that lives to be about 35,
Yeah.
more or less.
There it is.
Yeah, 35, 40 years old. So I mean, it was in the 70s, so that would put him at a pretty ripe old age at this point.
We could also go down the rabbit hole of the fact that maybe the cops, pulled somebody over earlier that day in Loveland, confiscated a baggie of green leafy substance they did not know was laced with either PCP or angel's dust,
Yeah.
smoked it, and then here we are. They're actually shooting at a homeless person, tripping their fucking balls off. "Ooh, frog man!
They watched him leap over the guardrail, and they assumed frog.
Coincidentally, they found a dead homeless person less than a quarter mile away.
I mean, it would make sense. I mean, homeless people notoriously have bad teeth or no teeth.
Right.
So you got the frog face factor
Probably
there.
making frog-like noises.
Yeah, and he might have even been fapping.
You already know.
Yeah.
If you're homeless,
Probably-
let it all hang out.
Probably a bit crippled. Like, he's probably had a few legs broken in his time, so he probably walks a little bow-legged.
Yeah.
But,
Could have been a drunk college kid from the future with dicks out for Harambe in the past. Who knows?
yeah. Time warps.
There's a lot of possibilities here.
There's so many possibilities. But, okay, on to the last part of the Loveland Frogman. Is there any animal that you would be more unsettling to see walk on its hind legs? Frogs are pretty disturbing. They got no butts, so it'd be pretty weird to watch them walk around. I imagine almost all animals that lack a tail would be disturbing walking on their hind legs, because you would constantly see their asshole.
Human-sized sloth.
Yeah, human-sized sloth.
Those things look terrifying small.
Oh, you're talking about like the prehistoric ones that like were bigger than trees and shit?
The ones that look rapey.
Oh, you're talking about those ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Rape sloth meme.
Rape sloth mane.
Fuck that.
Yeah, but and like even like dogs with no tails,
Yeah.
I think would be disturbing. Like I said, because you constantly like right now humans don't have to look at a dog's butthole constantly because we have the natural height advantage that gets us away from it.
Yeah.
But if they're on their hind legs, you can't help but look at it.
You have to. Because it's right there.
But then you got like most cats have tails, so they cover that shit up. Like, and I imagine like if they did walk on two legs, I mean, if I was a dog and I walked on two legs, I would take my tail and I'd run it up between my legs so it'd make like a natural like cover
Yeah.
for my genitals.
Right.
I mean, it makes sense.
Sort of how like Saiyans use their tail as a belt.
Exactly.
Yeah. Maybe to hold on that loincloth.
Yeah,
What have you.
something like that. But other than that,
I
like,
think if animals walked on hind legs, have you ever seen cat butt jewelry?
mm-hmm.
You guys should Google cat butt jewelry and get back to the show after that. But I think that would take off.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. You have
Definitely.
like bedazzled buttholes
Yeah.
walking around everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Then it wouldn't be as offensive. It might add a sort of level of mystique and mystery to it.
Yeah.
And you already know, just from us talking about it, there's already been a porn search created. Because we're trendsetters,
Exactly.
pretty much. Dustin Waller posted on our page the other day that we needed clickbait. I corrected him. Clickbait needs us.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I don't need clickbait.
We just need to come up with some catchy like headlines for stupid articles or lists.
I thought about only posting things the way Donald Trump talks.
I thought about that. You know what's weird is I thought about the same thing. I was like, what if we all just talked like him and just ended every thought or statement with one word?
Yeah, we can start it that way too, like with a new show topic. It could just start out like all caps, madness, and then colon, and then we describe our thing in however many, 140 characters or less,
Yeah.
and then at the end put like disgusting
Yeah. Disgusting.
or
Disgraceful.
tragic.
Yeah. Heroic.
I bet that would increase our traffic by 9,000%.
Yeah. Yeah. Clickbait. You're right. Clickbait does need us. We don't need clickbait.
Nah.
We're not on that.
Nah, cool.
But no, I'd say frogs are probably just at the top of the list of things I don't want to see walking on hind legs.
Crocodile.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be just like, I think it would have a weird gait where it would like,
Especially because it kills you with its face.
yeah.
Like anything that can kill you with its face, if it had...
It would do like this teeter-totter move on you where it would like kind of like go like this and then just
Yeah. I have to imagine it'd probably be fast as fuck.
on its hind legs.
Yeah.
I bet because it'd get a swing going with its tail and then it'd get that motion going.
Forward momentum is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's over with.
I'd say other than that, I don't want to see an elephant on its hind legs. Those things are big enough.
No.
Same thing with giraffe for that matter.
Cow with a fucking heart on. Just like a fucking swinging a flesh sword from its belt.
Donkey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, their dicks are always out and floppy.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a donkey on hind legs.
Sheep on hind legs would be crazy, too, because not only do they have an interesting fucking sack that looks like it's made of wool, but it's just gigantic. It's like softball. Like, what are you carrying in your fanny pack there? Your little wool fanny pack.
Yeah.
And then it just fucking,
See, I think that's half the problem with any animal, any mammal at least on its hind legs is that its balls are already dangerously close to the ground.
Yeah.
And putting them on two legs, I feel like only puts them closer to the ground.
Right. Fuck. I can't do it.
There's a reason for everything. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I'd say that's all I have to say about the frog, man. Thanks for the topic there, Katie Doherty.
Do appreciate it. I would like to look into those other topics more for a full show, but I feel like we have some time to talk about the Anunnaki, too. I mean, we've got 30 minutes.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Have you read any of Zachariah Sitchin?
Little bit.
I like him because he's one of those self-taught experts. I don't have a whole lot of, I don't know. I don't care too much about, your college degree. You know, this guy actually was self-taught in the field that he chose, that he was obsessed with. Apparently, he talked so much about his fascination with the Anunnaki that his wife was like, "Look, shut the fuck up, write a book." And so he wrote like 12.
Damn. Now he didn't write. Who wrote Chariots of the Gods?
That was
Because I actually wrote that. I already read that. I read that one.
Daniken.
I don't know. I'm about to look it up right now. But I read Chariots of the Gods, and that's in the same vein as the Anunnaki, is it not? They're like
Star Seeders, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that our gods were actually aliens that brought us our technology and our means.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Is it Eric von Daniken? That name is...
Yeah, it's Eric von Daniken.
There it is.
But yeah, Eric von Daniken, Chariots of the Gods, kind of in the same vein, where like they point to like evidence that basically aliens came down here when either A, we were still like in our infancy, like we were still cave dwellers, or even less than that, and gave us the means to create civilization.
Yeah.
Like agriculture, running water, and wells, and all sorts of stuff. Right. And mining, and metallurgy, and all those things too. And like, they tie it in with the fact that like, a lot of like the lore about heroes and gods from the old civilizations refer to these beings as coming from the sky, or riding down in flying chariots and stuff like that, and bringing us these gifts.
Yeah. The it's an interesting Google image search. Type in ancient astronaut, but you could see these fucking statues.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not just coincidentally. I mean, they look like they're fucking wearing spacesuits.
Yeah.
Like, but there's one down here that really catches my eye that looks like he's riding a rocket. You know? I mean,
what the fuck?
Yeah. I'll go ahead and post that on the Facebook page. But it's got 3 thrusters in the back. He's riding it. It's shaped like a rocket. He's wearing a spacesuit. I don't know what else you want me to tell you.
I mean, but then you go on to ask yourself, why? Why did they do this? Why did they bring us this? Or
make that money.
You know, you could even take it a step further. Some even question whether or not they didn't actually intervene in our evolution itself. That we're not 100% from this place. That part of what we are comes from somewhere else.
Right.
That we're like a half-breed of whatever came here. I mean, you can even see that in some movies and shit.
Like the stories, I think it was through Sitchin, where he talks about, basically they came here to enslave the native population, which may have been some sort of like Neanderthal or monkey. The first people that they found here were pretty much like apes, and they did not take kindly to, space people, so they just ran. Like, they might be able to teach them to like mine and shit, but when they weren't paying attention, they'd fuck off.
Yeah.
They'd have to kill one of them, and then the rest of them would flee into the trees.
Exactly.
So they did what any other entrepreneurial Donald Trumpian space galaxy people would. They took a few of them, and they probably inseminated them with some of that real IQ juice.
Yeah. AKA
space semen. And they
brought us smart babies.
Here we are.
Yeah, I mean, that's not outside the realm of possibility. I mean, I've always said, like, if you look at the big picture with humanity, it's that all other animals on this planet coexist with each other to some degree. There's not one that like pops out and fucking dominates like we do. Like, they all have that, circle of life nonsense. We don't work in the circle of life.
No.
We work outside of it, and for the most part, for our entire history, we have. So there's something to be said in that. Now, you can believe accepted science if you want, and believe that we just, through natural selection came to what we are, and that through trial and error we ultimately came what we are. Or you can go with an alternative, because I think the alternative makes more sense in my head. We're a hairless, virtually defenseless ape with opposable thumbs.
Yeah,
that's about all we got going for us.
Yeah,
and even that's not that big of a deal. We could still get our ass beat by a gorilla.
Oh, yeah.
We can make tools. But who's to say that that tool-making ability didn't come from somewhere else?
Well, even it mirrors... It's interesting because the Anunnaki thing mirrors a lot of the different early religious stories. The Pantheon, Greek gods, and the Anunnaki. I can't remember the first religion that they talked about in Sumeria, but they all had this sort of Pantheon ideology where all these gods had these different powers, and they all lived in the sky, and they all warred from time to time. Yeah. They also came down and fucked humanity.
And made heroes.
Right.
Exactly.
Men of renown. Giants.
Yeah. Giants. Men with great strength, feats, and intelligence.
I was looking into the Book of Enoch. That's pretty crazy. It talks about giants and all that. Wars of giants. And then, you look into earlier 1900s, late 1800s news stories. They found a 9-foot sword made out of some type of iron alloy in Kentucky.
Who needs that?
Not me.
Yeah, exactly.
They used to have some kind of a museum in Kentucky that used to show giant bones, like full giant structure, like human bodies.
Like, in their form.
Yeah, they found them in some of these mounds. So they got picked up by whatever giant museum body has, and probably next to the Indiana Jones crate, some fucking warehouse somewhere.
I want that fucking museum. Not that museum. I want that warehouse. There goes cool ass shit in there.
I like to think that if we got in too deep into that warehouse though and started unearthing boxes, opening them up, and we would might see some shit in there that turn your hair gray.
I was gonna say that, or like, hey, look at this little puzzle box I found. I'm gonna start playing with it.
Don't
fucking.
Don't do it.
You call us. We came.
Oh god, I could see that happening.
Curiosity killed the motherfucking cat.
Yeah.
With like nipple razor blades and strange teeth chattering demons from
fucking some other dimension.
Yeah.
That some would believe is hell.
Yeah.
Some call us demons.
Shit.
Some call me getting the fuck out of here.
Some call me I shouldn't have touched that fucking puzzle box.
I don't want anything. I don't want any pleasure. I don't want any pain.
I don't want any of it. I heard it's the same at the end. It all involves blood and screaming. So.
Yeah. It feels like it's all pain.
I'm sure it is, yeah.
I think it's all pain.
I'm cool, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should definitely... I want to maybe do the next show on that one. Because that's a good topic to look into. That's going to be a fucking...
With the Anunnaki.
Yeah, it's a long, arduous...
Oh, yeah.
Research-intensive project.
Sky people, right? That's what that comes from.
I got into Sitchin. I had to stop because it was like reading The House of Leaves. Did you ever read The House of Leaves?
Yeah.
Fuck, I never finished it.
Yeah.
I'd get so far into it, the pages would start turning in a weird way. Then I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But there was a story that came about from Sitchin's work where he found this group of people that they were studying, like some sort of African Aborigine. And back in the day, they didn't have things like, technology or medicine.
Yeah.
But they had a little clay half globe that they made. And it was intricately marked. Basically, it was a sky map of whatever galaxy Sirius the sun is in. So, and in this several thousand-year-old star map that they made with no technology, probably sticks and fucking clay, they had marked Sirius in the middle and Sirius having a tiny planet that was really close, that orbited it really fast. They didn't discover that planet until 1978. What the fuck are you talking about, man? And then they had their lore was that these sky people that resembled fishmen came from that planet. Shut the fuck up.
I think it's all intergalactic capitalism.
It is.
Somewhere out there, you just take comfort in the fact that somewhere out there, there's some liberal alien talking about how the governments of the galaxy have to stop exploiting the low men of Earth.
Yeah.
It's out there somewhere.
Our planet is just a fucking crazy reality TV show, and they're like, it's not right, they're sentient beings.
Yeah. There's a change.org petition, the intergalactic change.org petition to stop exploitation of Earth.
Change.space.
Yeah, change.space.org.
Space tag, save Earth.
Yeah, hashtag why you be colonizing.
Right. Fuck colonization.
Yeah.
Memories.
Yeah, old memories.
Yeah. You guys can look forward to that Anunnaki thing. I think we're both in agreement, maybe.
Oh, yeah,
we could
definitely.
look that up. Go on to maybe next week's show.
I'd say it would wrap right into the other topic we have about Right Pat.
It probably would explain why I literally was unmolested in through 3 gates and then woke up in my bed.
Yeah.
I mean, if that shit didn't come from outer space, I don't know what did.
Exactly.
You know what's funny? Driving through Right Pat really makes your ass hurt the next morning. It's weird.
Strange, isn't it?
There's no blood.
Yeah. No blood.
It did beep at me, though. I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Oh, God.
Yeah, these are the things you guys have to look forward to in the next week. Mm-hmm. To know that when you see us in our daily lives, we're holding it together. Barely.
Just barely. Threads.
But we're going through it, for you. The research is deep.
Yeah. Hey, just a shout out to somebody that'll probably never know who I am. I was feeling low, down and out earlier today, and then I watched a video by Paul Joseph Watson.
Beautiful English angel.
Yeah, and it was about depression, and it might hurt some of your guys' feelings to watch it, but the right kind of person watches it and they feel emboldened after watching it. And
basically,
now I feel good.
If you're not a pussy.
Yeah.
You can take control of your own emotions.
Exactly. I mean, and that's basically what the whole thing was about, was how that's the problem with this day and age, is that we have a problem controlling our emotions, or not necessarily controlling emotions, but just basically letting everyone know all the time that you're weak.
Yeah, they like to deify depression because somehow victimhood is something to be admired.
Yeah.
Kill yourself.
But anyways, look that up if you're feeling froggy. Because I was feeling kind of low earlier today and feeling bad for myself, and then I watched that and I was like, you know what? No, I'm not going to be a pussy today.
I choose manhood.
I chose manhood today.
I would take it back to say that somebody else said it better first, but I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast. He had a life coach on, and they were talking about like people with depression. You know, sometimes if you think about kindness, and you just meet everybody you meet, you treat like they're you.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes people just need a hug to pull them away from the edge. Like maybe you were super nice to somebody today at the gas station. You got into a conversation with them and you gave them a hug. And that was what saved them from killing themselves. Right?
Yeah.
And Joe Rogan was like, look, if you need if a hug is the only thing keeping you from killing yourself, maybe you should kill yourself.
I mean, to an extent, yeah, man. I mean
fuck, because what? You're going to save them from killing themselves. They're going to go and get a hangnail 3 weeks from now and fucking end up eating the whole bottle of pills anyway.
Yeah.
You don't need to exist.
Exactly.
If you can't pull yourself out of it for humanity,
then, yeah.
back again, we live soft lives, you know?
Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't think we know hardship. Like, I think he put it best when said that he's like, look at third world countries. You look at pictures of them and they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They all look happy as shit. Like, maybe we just see a little bit of that.
Yeah. I feel like there's too much smiling in our photos. You look at the old school photos and they look like they were really upset.
Yeah.
And that was probably the best part of their day, too.
Yeah, well, see, and that's the thing, though. Like, you look at those, like, part of the reason why they don't smile is because those fucking photos used to take minutes to do. So, like, to hold a smile for that long was excruciating.
Oh, yeah.
So they just look pissed off in them all the time.
Probably had dirty water, too, so you know all of them had to take a fucking...
Oh, yeah, they gotta take a shit.
Watery shit.
Like, every picture you look at somebody from back in the day, they're holding... That little puckered dam is about to burst.
Right. All their muscles were stronger back in the day, too, let alone the strength of their buttholes. Because we're in polite society, not showering. The last thing you want to do is shit yourself.
Yeah. But then again, this is a time when, you know, like... I mean, it seems kind of cool because, like, back then, like, people didn't mention your body odor or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or mention the fact if you were sweating a lot, they wouldn't mention it because it was just part of life.
It's a good worker.
Same thing with farting. Like, it would just happen. Yeah. But
Paul Joseph Watson's tearing up the internet today. I'm gonna read this in his voice, my best impression of his voice. Dylan Roof sentenced to death. His white privilege didn't spare him. Imagine my shock. Pedophile. I tell you, I'd like to have a fucking Guinness with that guy.
Yeah.
Paul Joseph Watson.
He's a champ.
He might push me right over the edge into starting fires, though.
Yeah.
He's really...
He's that right kind of angry British guy.
He's the right cult leader we need.
Yeah, exactly.
If you told me to drink the Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid. I don't know how they say it.
Cool.
I'm an uneducated Ohioan.
How would they say Kool-Aid? Hey, anybody has an idea of how Kool-Aid said in an English accent?
Record that shit on your phone and post it on the Facebook page.
Yeah. Cool. I'm going to try it.
Kool-Aid?
Kool-Aid.
There it is.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine what it is.
There's not an H in Kool-Aid, you British fuck.
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, Kool-Aid.
Trying to get words out past your giant teeth.
I did that a couple weeks ago. I did it for like 45 minutes with Caitlin, pissing her off because all I did was like stick my teeth out real far, and I'll just talk like this for like 45 minutes, and she was getting really angry at me for it.
Yeah, talking in the kitchen like Nigel Thornberry.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah,
It's too much.
Well, all right then, everybody. I think that's about going to wrap it up for us today. We'd like to thank you all for listening.
But yeah, so we're going to end the show now.
Okay. Thank you all for listening. You want any topics you want us to talk about? Go to our Facebook page. Like, share, subscribe, please.
Please do it.
We're trying hard to get that custom URL.
You guys really want to have it to where you can just go to YouTube and type in youtube.com/Bones and Tubs. You don't want to have to type in 9WXYTLZ79-44 sadness.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to do none of that. You want to go straight to our page. And for that to happen, you need to like, share, subscribe. Once again, thank you for listening. And remember, this episode was brought to you by Bubba Elroy's Demonic Exercising Appliance Repair Service. Bubba Elroy's, go check it out.
We love you.
We really do.
I think I've gone crazy 'cause the world is getting dim. I fell in love with a girl, but she says we're just friends. I thought I was a boy, it turns out I'm a man. Gonna get me a canoe, gonna row to Japan. I think I've gone crazy 'cause I don't give a shit whether I crawl or whether I sit, but I'm still rowing, gonna make it someday. Gonna be free, gonna be okay. Vietnam's over, we're doing fine. Vietnam's over, we're doing fine. The newspaper says everything's alright. Vietnam's over, we're doing fine. I think I've gone crazy 'cause it won't stop raining. I've begun to think lately it's 'cause I won't stop complaining. I am a voodoo doll and the world is the pin. I've got a third eye growing out of my chin. I think I've gone crazy 'cause I'm fucking confused. Today I woke up hanging from the same old noose, but I'm still rowing, gonna make it someday. Gonna be free, gonna be okay. Vietnam's over, we're doing fine. Vietnam's over, we're doing fine. The newspaper says everything's alright. Vietnam's over, we're doing fine. Everyone but me has lost their mind. Can't you see we're doing fine? Our leaders are all saying to fall in line. So shut up everybody, just fall in line.